My topic for tonight is about medicine. The medicine we are dealing today, which we know as the modern medicine, like hospitals, the clinics, and the modern medicine selling in the pharmacies, etc., which people have so much trust. And they are trusting that system more than any other system. They trust that system, the people, the most of the people. Sometimes the people thought that they can bring their patient to the hospital or the clinic and they can solve all their problems. But they never see the solution or solving. How many people they go to the hospitals for so many diseases, for example, diabetics, asthma, cholesterol problem, high blood pressure problem, rheuma, arthritis. Most of the problems, people go to the hospitals, they don't get any solution. What they are only getting is they prolong the sickness. But sickness is not going to finish. Except the some acute diseases, the most of the chronic disease which is a long time disease, not solving. But some acute diseases, you feel like it's solved. Like you have some bacterial infection, you have a high fever, you have some loose bowels, diarrhea, and the doctors give you some medication and you feel better. Your stomach is not aching, your headache can go, and you get rid of your infection, and you thought that it's a good thing that I got some healing. But actually it's not even healing. Because those temporarily relief from the diseases is actually the start of the new diseases. Because some people are going to the hospital and clinics and they get some antibiotics. And antibiotics, they feel like they can get healed. Of course, by the will of Allah only. But they do not know that that antibiotic is producing the resistance in their body. They're getting resistance to that antibiotic. And when they keep on getting that antibiotic for a long period of time, one day the antibiotics will not affect on them anymore. Especially nowadays, the antibiotic is getting more and more resistance to our body. Why? Because the chicken we eat today, it's with antibiotic. The most of the chicken sold in the market, they are with antibiotics. So every day you eat chicken, you get antibiotic in your body. So you are already getting too much antibiotic every day. So antibiotic is no effect to you anymore because it gets resistance in the body. That's why now today the people are producing a new chicken and they assure that this egg and this chicken and that the eggs from this chicken is not given any antibiotics. Not only antibiotics, they are giving hormones which can affect the health of the people. For example, people have so many sicknesses. They go to the doctors, clinics, hospitals, no cure. So many diseases. Tell me one patient in the whole life, tell me one patient. How many people have diabetics in the world today? Hundreds of millions of people, even more than 1,000 million. More than 1 billion people in the world today, they have diabetics. How many people were cured for that? Not even one. Not even one patient will be cured. Why people still go to doctor for that? Why you need to go to diabetics for the doctor? Because you are not getting healing there. What will happen? The doctor is giving you medicine to control your blood sugar. So your blood sugar is controlled with the medication. And one day this medication will not control your sugar anymore. Then they will put you on the insulin. So you have to inject the insulin to yourself. And sometimes the insulin, without checking your blood sugar, then your blood sugar level can go very low. And the blood cannot go to the brain. Oxygen cannot reach to the brain. The person gets coma and he die. Insulin is big problem. The insulin is very sensitive. You need to check your blood sugar at a certain level, then you use the insulin. Before that you will die with insulin. So insulin, after insulin, what is the next? What is the next they will do? What the hospitals will do the next? When insulin is already prescribed, the next will be might have to cut your hand, they might have to cut your leg. Is this the medication you are trust about? Because this medicine is not solving everything for you. Use your mind. Look for the alternative medicine. My business is medicine. Our business is medicine. But I still tell you, do not make 100% trust on the medicine, because not everything you can get solved there. You have a Quran here. The Quran can tell you what medicine you use. The Prophet Muhammad told us what medicine you use. The Islam can teach us how many medicines in the Islam we can get. One of the best medication the Islam tells us, the Quran tells us, the Prophet Muhammad told us, is the fasting. Fasting. Even if a person has a 4th stage cancer, 4th stage. Last stage is 4th stage. When doctors say, no, this person is not going to save his life anymore. He's a 4th stage cancer. I guarantee the person, if he will fasting right away, every day he will fast. And only he will eat at night until 4 o'clock in the morning. After that, no eating. I challenge, I guarantee, inshallah, by the will of Allah, the person will start healing. Because that is a blessing in the Islam. And that's the modern science is confirming. The fasting can fight your cancer. Because the cancer cell is extra cell in our body, like fat cell. When you don't eat, your fat cells are burned to energy. Same thing with the cancer cells. When you don't eat for the period of time, your cancer cells will burn into energy, into calories. And you get rid of that. And beside that, the cancer cells, they need the nutrition. So once you don't eat, they don't get nutrition, they get weak. The cancer cells get weak. And when your metabolism will burn the cancer cells into energy. So while you are not eating, that will be your energy to convert into, these cancer cells in your body will convert into energy. So you get rid of that in the 2 ways. The first way, you are making them weak because of no nutrition goes to them. Secondly, they burn into energy. They burn into calories. Prophet Muhammad told us in the hadith that Allah did not create any disease, but He created the dawa, the medicine for that. Allah did not create any disease, but He created the medication for that. Prophet Muhammad told us that habbatus sauda, the black seed, which you can buy here in Manila also, in Philippines also, habbatus sauda, it has a cure for every disease. It is a cure for every disease, according to the hadith of Prophet Muhammad. Every disease, except the death. And now there is a research about habbatus sauda, the black seed. It can even cure the most complicated cancer. If you can get extract and you can cure with, there is a University of Philadelphia in USA, they research about that. That you get extract that can cure the cancer. There is a medicine selling in the mercury. It's in the hadith about Sena Makki. It's coming from Makkah and from different part of the world. And it's now selling in the mercury. They make the form of tablet and they make the form of tea. And if you drink that, it will cleanse your body. And once you cleanse your body, everything will go out from your body. Prophet Muhammad tells us very special kind of medication which is called cupping or jama. You have to bleed some part of your body to remove the dirty blood. And once this dirty blood comes out, you get very healthy life. And Prophet Muhammad used to practice this hajama, which is called in English cupping. To bleed out from here, from the back, from the legs. And the expert will know where this dirty blood is located in your body. And once you bring this out, dirty blood, that is the number 1 medication for rheuma and arthritis. Number 1 medication. Number 1 medicine for the sclerosis, for the spinal cord. The people has some pinching of nerve in the spinal cord, and that pinching of nerve is pain too much. And what the doctors do? They will operation. They will put titanium. And they will put titanium screw. They have to remove this nerve, the pinching nerve. It's not the right solution. The right solution, you bleed out that nerve from the leg, and the nerve will have with no blood, and it will not pinch anymore. You will relieve easy solution in hadith of the Prophet Muhammad. The Quran said about the honey. The honey. The Quran said, Fihi shifa'ul linnas. In it there is a cure for all mankind. If you can get the pure honey, 100% pure honey, you can cure every disease with that. 100% guaranteed. If it is the pure honey with royal jelly and with propolis and with bee pollen, everything is included, that honey can cure every disease. But nowadays you don't get the pure honey. Sometimes even pure honey, but they remove the special things like royal jelly, propolis, bee pollen, etc. They remove them. And that's not no longer very effective. If you get 100% pure honey, direct from the honeybee, you can cure every disease with that. You have so many things around in the atmosphere. Nowadays, the cancer, they go for chemotherapy. You know how much is chemotherapy? It costs millions. It costs millions, the chemotherapy. And people, sometimes they don't get any. And we know what the chemotherapy does in the cancer patient? They only shrink the cancer. Lumit lang yung cancer. They only shrink the cancer, nothing else. They cannot remove the cancer, they only shrink. So the person can live longer, if there is a will of Allah. But the cancer not finished with the chemotherapy. The way that you can remove the cancer, you cut the cancer from the operation, that's all. But Islam gives the solution, like the fasting. And I can give you very good knowledge which I researched myself. In Philippines that's available. Do you know guayabano? Guayabano. The guayabano is a fruit. When you look at it, the shape of the guayabano is look like cancer. The shape itself look like cancer. If you see it, it's very complicated shape. But do you know that the research said the guayabano can cure the cancer? But people, they don't believe that. They believe in the doctors. They believe in the hospitals. I guarantee you the guayabano is 100% curing all cancers. Every kind of cancers. If you keep on drinking guayabano, it can cure your cancer. The power of the guayabano compared to the chemotherapy, it is 100 times more stronger than chemotherapy. In Turkey, they have a medicines. In Europe, they made from the guayabano. They get the extract, the essence, the extract of the guayabano. And people drinking that and they cured with the cancer right away. After some time, they get rid of cancer. So guayabano is a great medicine, you know that, but people are not trust to the guayabano. They say it's better go to doctor. Doctors are killing people today. They are more interested to kill people because they are businessmen. They are looking for more money. So they will tell you, oh, you have this problem, and they want you to admit in the hospital. And if you say you don't like to admit, okay, you sign the waiver. It's your own risk. Just sign it, don't worry. Because that is the technique of the doctors. They will let you sign something to make you blackmail. Oh, sign this one. It's your ikaw bahala, sign mo ito. Oh, you just sign, no problem, just go home. Don't be trapped with the doctors because many times the doctors are fooling you. They get money from you, they put you in the hospital and you get more sick in the hospital because hospital is a place which is full of sickness. It's full of bacteria there. So many diseases there. 99% you try not to admit in hospital. Go home because your home is safe than hospital. Because hospital, the doctor can do something to you. They will make you more and more problem because that is a trade place. It is a business place. Try to get out of it. You need to try to avoid medicine. You try to avoid as much as possible because all the medicines, they have side effects. But if you have no choice, take it. Not take it long. You know that a particular medicine you take more and it's not curing you, it's only prolonging the disease. But you know that the medicine has effect on your kidney. The medicine has effect on your liver. That is the two things you have to worry about. The overuse of medicine can destroy your kidney, then you will put on the dialysis. And overuse of medicine can damage your liver. But even the people who don't take medicine, they are taking too much alcohol in the Philippines. The millions of people, their livers are damaging. because of drinking of alcohol. So now how Islam is saving us from all kind of diseases? Not only the physical diseases, but spiritual diseases also. For physical diseases, the first thing Islam teach us, the Quran teach us, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us is prevention. Prevention. Number one is prevention. You have to do something to prevent to get sick. Allah said in the Quran, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَّا التَّهْلُكَةَ, and do not put yourself with your own hands into destruction. So Islam prohibit all kind of haram food, all kind of haram drinks, and all kind of haram substances. For example, Allah said it's prohibited for a dead animal. What is a dead animal? You don't slaughter. So if you don't slaughter, the blood is not going to bleed out. So your blood will clot in the animal's body. So this clotted blood can cause you sick. Even though you wash that animal, but if it is not slaughtered, hindi katay, yung dugo na clot. So this clot will not wash in the water. So when you eat the meat, you are eating the clotted blood together. And that clotted blood with bacteria and toxic poison, and it contains harmful things, including the high cholesterol. Because blood is full of cholesterol. So people eating the dead animal, they are bringing the diseases inside. People eating the blood itself, they are bringing the disease inside. You know, when I was small, I was child, student, and I know about the movie Dracula. Dracula. Why you call Dracula is Dracula? Why? Drinking the milk, drinking the blood. Yung Dracula, bakit siya Dracula? Dahil inom siya ng dugo. What about the people in the Philippines eating the blood? So many Dracula in the Philippines, full of Dracula. Millions of Filipinos are Dracula because they eat the blood, subhanallah. It's dirty, it's filthy, marumi. It's very dirty. And you eat the blood, subhanallah, and you call yourself civilized people. What kind of civilization you have? You cook the blood and you eat that? And you call yourself very clean? What kind of clean people you are? You are eating the blood. What Allah said is haram, prohibited blood. Even the Bible said it's dirty, it's unclean, it's dirty. The blood is dirty. Blood is for throw. Sometime during the sacrifice, we slaughtering the cows, and some Filipinos seeing we are sayang yung blood, the throwing, they say sayang dugo. Because they thought it is for drink, it's for eating, subhanallah. Because Allah is teaching us beautiful in the Quran, bawal ang dugo. Dirty, because it's not for eating. There's filth, you know. When you go to doctor gets your blood, because what the doctor will see? Doctor can see the disease there. You can see the disease in the blood. Blood is not for drinking or eating. Blood is dirty. It's for throwing. And the number 3 mentioned in the Quran, yung karne ng baboy, the meat of the pig. It is also dirty. It's with parasites and worms, and it contains all kind of diseases, and it contains the highest level of cholesterol. Do you know, like in the Philippines, every 9 minutes, one person getting heart attack. Every 9 minutes. Every 9 minutes. You mean to say that every 9 minutes, the people in the Philippines getting heart attack, and number 1 cause for the heart attack is pig, baboy. This contains the highest level of cholesterol. And the cholesterol, you cannot separate it because it's inside the meat. It's not outside that you can remove it. It's inside the meat. And it cannot go out. And it can go in your blood, and it can clot the blood, and you get heart attack, and number 2, you get a stroke. So Philippine people and all around the world people, those who don't follow the Islam, they get the highest number of heart attacks and the highest number of strokes. Because of eating of the dead animal, because of eating of the blood and eating of the pig. And Quran prohibited this. Islam prohibited this. Prophet Muhammad told us not to eat those things. What is haram to drink? Alcohol. Allah said in the Quran, and He mentioned the two things together, the alcohol and gambling. And Allah said that there are some benefits and there are mostly harms in these two things, alcohol and gambling. There are more harms. Masmasama. Now because Islam is very scientific, logical. The alcohol has some good benefits, but benefits may be 5%. 95% is harms. For example, the people has very limited mind, but knowledge of Allah is unlimited. So He prohibited the alcohol. Alcohol has some little minor benefits. Like it can have some, for the heart, wine, beneficial, but indirectly is harmful to the heart. Why? Because it can cause you hypertension. So when you get hypertension, it can affect the heart. So it's same. So people's mind is small, the knowledge is small, but the knowledge of Allah is unlimited. Because they thought it's good for the heart, but you get hypertension with the alcohol, and because of hypertension, it affects your heart. So you still get heart attack, indirectly. But the alcohol is very bad for the brain. It can destroy your brain cells, because it contains ketones, and ketones is a poison. The alcohol can damage your liver. The people in the Philippines, the number one disease today is the alcohol. The disease is liver. The millions of people in the Philippines, especially the males, their livers are damaged because of drinking of too much alcohol. But Islam prohibits that. And Islam doesn't say that you can drink little, no. Prophet Muhammad said even a small quantity is haram. Because when you start with a small, and then you increase it little by little until you become drunkard. So if you read the Quran, and you read the hadith, and you know about the Islam, there is a general ruling also. As Allah said in the Quran, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَّا تَهْلُكَ, and do not put yourself in destruction with your own hands. So anything which not even mentioned in the Quran, but it can harm you, it's prohibited. For example, some people say tobacco is not mentioned in the Quran, for example. Why it's prohibited? But Allah said, you cannot destroy yourself with your own hands. It's suicide. You're killing yourself. Prophet Muhammad said, the person makes suicide will go in the hellfire and he will torture himself the same way he killed himself in the life. For example, a person to strangle the rope and he hung, he will do the same in the hellfire forever. A person take poison to kill himself, he will do the same in the hellfire on the day of judgment until forever. An example, the person hits something on his stomach and kill himself with sword or with anything, he will do the same in the hellfire. So for example, if the person is smoker, cigarillo, he's smoking, and while he's smoking he died because he killed himself. So according to hadith, what he will do now? He will go to hellfire, he will be thrown in the hellfire, and the angels will give smoking. You smoke forever. And you will be torture yourself with that. So we have a ruling here that this body is not owned by us. Hindi tayo mayari ng katawan natin. Allah ang mayari. We have no right to damage it. We can only take the things which is halal. And we cannot take the things which is not halal. Because we have to preserve ourselves. We have to preserve our life. And we have to take care of our health. Prophet Muhammad said, وَلِنَفْسِكَ حَقٌّ. You have a right for your own self. You cannot damage your own self. You have to protect yourself. For example, one of the very important thing, the Quran tells us, and the Prophet Muhammad tells us, that we need to be clean. And the cleanliness also is very good for the health. Our body should be clean, our clothes should be clean, our houses must be clean, especially the bathroom must be clean, because when you have a dirty bathroom, you go in the bathroom, you get sickness. And our water must be clean, the drinking water. Rather you just spend money for some shopping and bad things, think about the water. Water must be very, very clean water you must use. Be sure the place you buy the water, even the mineral water, make sure that they are trusted people. Because if you buy a dirty water from them, that can kill more people than any other thing. The most of the people are dying in the world today because of the not clean water. They are drinking dirty water. People are dying because of that. Because we learned in Islam that everything we consume must be clean. The mineral water you're buying, make sure the place you buy the water, make sure that they are using proper filter, they are using proper washing of the cans. You know, sometimes the gallows, like these 20 gallows, they are putting in the house in a dirty area, so many cockroach there, so many rats there, maybe rats can urine on that bottle. You don't know that. And now somebody bring there and they leave there, and then you are getting that bottle now, they deliver to you, they did not wash it well. Make sure that. Make sure that even if you're buying something from the supermarket, make sure it must be clean. You know, sometimes in the supermarkets, the can of the Coke, I don't know if it is true story, somebody sent me the message. The one of the can of the Coke was in the supermarket and rat was urine on that can. And the person bought it from the supermarket and drank it and he died. There's Islam teaches us to clean. Because you don't know this can is clean or not clean, just wash it. Just make sure that you not going any contamination. You need to make sure about your health. Because that is a number one rule in Islam, the prevention. Number one rule in Islam is prevention. You have to prevent the disease to come to you. That's why we have a fasting in 1 month, in 1 year, because the fasting is also prevention. You're avoiding so many diseases in advance. Prevention through different ways, through fasting, through the source of the food, and to look for the halal. You know what is halal? Halal is a safe, good for the health. And what is haram? Haram, you just remove the A, harm. Haram is harmful. That's why Allah made it prohibited. What Allah will get from us if we eat halal and if we don't eat haram, what is the benefit of Allah? Allah has no benefit for that. It is beneficial for us. As long as you eat halal, that is safe for you. And as long as you eat haram, it is not safe for you. Because it's contaminated. Haram is contaminated. If there is pig, it's disease. If there is a blood, it's disease. If the food is not, the animal is not slaughtered, the blood is kept inside, it is not safe. It is harmful. So Allah is giving us. If alcohol, it's not safe because it can make you disease. One of the worst disease, for example, like in USA, in different parts of the world, when people drink too much, you know what they do? They even rape their daughters because they're drunk. They don't know, their mind is off. They have no thinking anymore. You know, sometimes people, they want to know about the criminals, what is the crime they did. You know what they do? They drink him too much alcohol and he will tell everything about himself. He will tell all the crimes because his mind is off. He don't know what he's doing. There are so many people in America, they rape their sister, they rape their mothers, and they rape their daughters while they're drunk. Besides that, they can get sickness, they get destruction. So many people, they get accidents. Their life is destroyed. If they don't kill themselves with accidents while they're drunk, they kill other people. For example, I give you one example. I did not know that before, but one time there was accident and I saw that. First time, many years ago. The two person make accident. And the police came. You know what is the first thing police did? They checked these two, who is the drunk here. He says, Lasinga. Oh, he's Lasing, okay, finish. You put in the jail. Because this accident, cause of the accident is alcohol. The government should prohibit the alcohol. And you can get rid of many accidents, you can get rid of many diseases. The atmosphere, the society will be very clean. Just the Quran said, no alcohol. Zero alcohol. 0.000% alcohol. Alcohol is not allowed in Islam, not allowed in Quran. It's good for the society. Because people are killing each other. They kill also. They murder each other. Not just with accident. And not only that, the people who drink, they are in trouble also. You can be in trouble also. How you can be in trouble? You are driving a car. You are not drunk. Indikala saying. But a drunk comes in front of your car and you hit. You will be put in the jail. You have to prove that he was drunk and it was not my mistake. But while you kill someone, of course the police will get you. They put in the jail. And your family is suffering. So we have to tell people not to drink also. Because drunk people are trouble for all society. They can go and they can stone someone, they can shoot someone, they can hit someone, they can make accident, they can do anything. And it's also against our health also. Because people are getting more and more accidents because of alcoholism. So Islam has prevention, and that prevention in Islam's giving us in different ways, like ablution, for example. What is ablution? Ablution, you wash your hands, you wash your face, you wash your arms, you wipe your head, and you wash your feet. It's also very good because you make yourself bacteria free. And when 5 times a person make ablution, he dilated his parts of his arms, his face, his legs. You know what are you doing? You are dilating your blood vessels. Your blood vessels are getting dilated. So you can get a better circulation of blood, and that can save you from the heart attacks, and that can save you from the strokes. Because you get once you weight your nerves, your vessels, blood vessels, they can get dilated because of the moisture. And the blood circulation gets very good. Very important thing, I can tell you something very, very important. The people are, the industry, the food industry, I can say something very important according to Islam about the food industry. Allah tells us in the Quran, La tabdila khalqillah. Do not change the creation of Allah. Do not change the creation of Allah. So the concept of creation, changing the creation of Allah is harmful. And most of the people in the Philippines especially, they do not know about that at all. They don't even make any prohibition. And this kind of, because I'm talking about GMO, genetically modified foods. Remember this. In Philippines, that is not restricted. People are importing from America. So many agriculture products coming from America, especially from USA. They are using the technique called genetically modified. What they do, they get the seeds, they change their genes. Because they want to make more production, more economical. So they want to produce more and more foods with the less time, so they change the genes. And what will happen after that? The food will have dangerous diseases like cancer. In Europe, it's totally prohibited now. They don't allow any GMO food from America. Totally prohibited in Europe. But Philippines is getting everything from America. All this garbage, the food with diseases they are importing from USA, coming in the Philippines, no restriction. So you have to be remember when you buy a food, be careful, do not buy the food which is genetically modified. Be sure that. Because genetically modified food is very cancerous. The another thing about the fertilizer. The fertilizer also poisons, and the fertilizer is already in the industry. We have to do something. We have to aware people. Avoid using the fertilizer. And avoid using the pesticides in the agriculture. And avoid using the chemicals and antibiotics and hormones in the chicken industry. Because that's all harmful. That can make more and more disease. And avoid the chemicals in the foods. For example, there are so many chemicals which are very dangerous. And one very important thing here, which maybe you can start from right away. People are trying to make food very beautiful, so they make white sugar. White sugar, you know white sugar? Stop using the white sugar. It is poison. You buy the brown sugar, or much better you buy muscovado sugar. Do not buy the white sugar anymore in your life. Stop using the white sugar. Because white sugar is poison. Because white sugar is what? Beautiful sugar. Maputi. But what is it? It's you are eating a poison only. It can cause so many diseases. And it has no nutrition except the carbohydrate. Because all the nutrition is going out. They have, when you get the cane sugar, the cane sugar, when you get the juice, it's healthy. It's very healthy because it contains minerals and vitamins and fiber. What they do, they get the cane sugar, the juice, and they burn it, put so many chemicals, and refine, until they make it very, very white. And people like the white sugar. They don't know that it is poison. Get the organic sugar, get the brown sugar, get more and more brown sugar. Because the more brown sugar contains more and more good nutrition, like the vitamins and minerals and fiber. Also, to get not the white flour, harina, get the brown flour. It's healthy because it contains so many nutrition. The white flour, the white sugar, and the white rice, it's making so much destruction in the world today because they are removing the bran, they are removing the fiber, they are removing the nutritious things because all the brown things with the brown rice and the brown flour, the wheat, it's nutrition. They refine it and they get it and they give it to the animals. So animals are more better. They get more protein. Because when they make the white rice, all the nutrients, the protein, the vitamins, the minerals, the fibers, the most healthy things, they remove it and they give it to the animals for the feedings. And what they are giving to the people, just white rice, carbohydrate only, without any nutrition. Without any other nutrition, which is very important for our life. The proteins, the fiber, the vitamins and minerals. So avoid using the white sugar and avoid using the white rice. Try to get the brown rice, the red rice, the real rice. And look for the organic things. Nowadays you can find the organic eggs in the supermarket, organic eggs, the brown eggs. It's very healthy. And if you have a place in yourself, try to make your own vegetables without fertilizers, without pesticide. That's very healthy also. So more and more goes for the things which is natural, without the contamination, is more healthy for us. So there are many more things to say about what are the other steps that Islam teach us, like prevention to get the right food, or prevention through fasting. Even ablution, I said, is also very good medication. Even the salah, the 5 times salah, it's the best kind of exercise for our health. But we are not doing it for exercise. We do it for the sake of Allah, to please Allah. But the positions in the salah is giving us a very good health. Especially the sajda, when you put down your head on the floor, your position is like this, your heart is above your brain. So your heart can give the easily supply to your brain without getting tired. Until your heart get relief and your brain get the good supply of blood. So that is one of the best healthy position for a human being, which we are prescribed to do 5 times a day, for several times. And for example, the Prophet ﷺ gave us a very beautiful teachings to us. The person lives far from the mosque, and the Prophet ﷺ recommended him. He wanted to come closer to mosque. He said, no, more far is better for you because you have to walk, and every step you get the one good deed. But at the same time, the walking towards mosque 5 times, it's an exercise. You're getting good health. Because walking is a very good health for us. The people more walking, they get very good health. And Islam teach us 5 times walk going towards masjid. Not only one way, 2 way. You go walk to masjid and you go back home by walking. Another way of exercise to give yourself a good health. You can learn on every teachings in Islam is very beneficial for ourselves. And these are the physical health. There are so many foods mentioned in the Quran. Like mentioned in the Quran, olive. The best oil today for the heart and for the brain is olive oil. If you can drink the olive oil every day, you will never get heart attack because it opens your veins. It removes all the clots. So olive oil mentioned in the Quran. Olive mentioned in the Quran. And whatever else in the mentioned in the Quran, like squash or like other beneficial things mentioned in the Quran, and they are all good for our health. Like mentioned in the Quran about garlic, they mentioned in the Quran about different kind of vegetables, which is very healthy for us. And the mention in the Quran about the milk. Milk is beneficial for us. It's healthy. People drinking all the life milk, they will never get arthritis. They will never get osteoporosis. They will never get rheuma, because the milk is best source of calcium. And the Quran mentioned about the milk. In fact, the first surah, the Surah Fatiha, which is the meaning is starting, what is after that surah? Baqarah. Baqarah is cow. And from the cow what you get? Milk. So Allah is telling us the milk is very important for us. Prophet ﷺ, when he drink the milk, when he do other things, he say Bismillah ala barakatillah, or Allah give me barakah with this, or he say Bismillah. When he drink the milk, he say Allahumma barik lana fima zidna minu. Allah give me barakah and give me more of the milk. In the Philippines, people think that the drinking milk is for all the babies. No. Until you die, you drink milk. Because milk is the best source of protein, which can make good for your muscles. And it's the best source of calcium and all kinds of minerals, which can make your bones healthy, and which can make your joint healthy, and which can be good for your back. And it's also good for the brain and for the heart. And you can go on all the Quran and the life of the Prophet. You will get so many good advices to get a very good health. Prophet was like a physician. He was like a doctor. And he said Allah is the Tabibi Azam. Allah is the greatest of all doctors. And he gave us all the guidelines. How to get a healthy life. How to get a clean life. You read in the Quran and you read in the Hadith. And you will get the best of the life without any disease. If only we follow this, all the doctrines. One of the beautiful teachings in Islam, Allah said in the Quran, Kulu washribu wala tusrifu. Eat and drink and do not be excessive. People eating too much, drinking too much, they get also sick. Drink, even the good drinks, moderate. Or eat moderate also. Eating too much is not healthy also. Because eating too much also gets so many troubles for your health. So that's all. Maybe inshallah we can have more lecture on this topic, so I can explain about more and more substance which Quran tells us and the Prophet Muhammad tells us. Prophet Muhammad tells us about so many different kind of herb and herbal medicines, and about the foods which can give you good health, and which can also give us very good cure about our diseases also. We can go on and check. There is a big books written about on that topic, which called Tib Nabawi, the medications of the Prophet. Prophet ﷺ tells us so many things about medicine which we can go as an alternative. And not just to always trust in the hospitals and doctors, because they have a very limited cure for the diseases, very limited cure. Mostly they do not have the cure, only prolonging the sicknesses like diabetics, asthma, rheuma, arthritis, Parkinson's disease, no cure for those. And many more diseases, they have no cure. They just fool you. Okay, you go this, you do this test. Do not go for that. Sometimes making too much test, test, it's not good also. Making too much test makes you sick also, psychologically sick. And the last thing which I forgot about the spiritual sickness. The people have a spiritual sickness or the mental sickness. Like, what is the biggest sickness in the world today? I can ask question to all of you. What is the biggest sickness in the world today? Depression. The depression is the biggest sickness. Nothing greater than that. Because depression is a sickness when a person who is very strong and is very, very rich also, and he has a very good house and cars and money and everything, but one day or one night he kills himself because of depression. Depression is not only the biggest sickness, it is the biggest problem in the world today. Nothing greater than this problem. The greatest problem in the world today is a depression. And the more people are depression are the rich people. Because the poor people, very hard for them to get depression because they are very tired. They work all day, they go home, they have no power. They cannot depress anymore because they are tired. But the rich people, they are free. And they don't have connection to Allah. They don't believe in Allah, they don't worship Allah. So they get depression and they get the gun and they shoot. Or they take poison, they kill themselves. If not this only, they take too much drug to kill themselves. Like they take heroin or shabu or cocaine. They take too much drugs, they kill themselves. Because you can see today the richest country. What are the richest country? You know that. The Japan, correct? Where the people are making more suicide in the world, the number one is Japan also. Number one is America also. Number one is UK, Europe also. The rich people, they kill themselves because of depression. Because depression, not only they kill themselves violently, sometimes they kill themselves with the drugs. Not only the illegal drugs, they buy the drugs from the pharmacy. Because pharmacy sells the drugs also, which is with the prescription of the doctor. And those are narcotics also. And the people have to take because they want to feel sleep, they want to feel no thinking because of depression. So they take, what is the number one medicine today the people, doctors are prescribing? This is ketamine. They are writing to the people, patient, okay, go and buy the ketamine injection, inject by the hospital or nurse or doctor, and the person is like this, no more power, he will fall down. What is ketamine? It's a drug. It's a drug. And people have no choice, but they go for those drugs. They buy from the doctors, from the pharmacies, from the hospitals. And people are injecting them. Morphine. Morphine is used as a medication today in the different part of the world. One of the very, very well-known drug, which is called marijuana. In America, the 50% states, most of the states in America, they legalize the marijuana. The doctors are writing, okay, you have no choice, go buy marijuana and sleep. But they don't get that solve their depression with that. Because once the effect of the drugs goes away, the medication effects goes away, they still depressed. Because Allah said in the Quran, the solution for the depression, Allah bi dhikrillahi tatma'innal qulub. Only with the remembrance of Allah, the hearts can get peace. You are depressed because your heart is not peaceful, your mind is not peaceful. You don't have the peace of heart and mind. You know why people drink alcohol? Why? Because they want to get rid of depression. Because they are stressed, they are depressed, they are anxiety, they drink too much alcohol. But what happened in the morning? Sakit ulo. They have too much headache in the morning. Because of drinking too much to get rid of depression. Morning they have a more problem. Very big headache. That's why they fight, they are irritated. So much problem. What is the solution Allah gives us? The Quran tells us, Nabi Muhammad ﷺ told us, and Islam is giving us is remembering Allah. Try to do medication. One of the best medication is a meditation. The medication, don't go to hospital all the time. You are depressed, sit down in a masjid, sit down in your house, in a corner, in your bed, anywhere, and close your eyes and try to communicate with Allah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. And you will see the effect. Your heart, forget everything. Empty your mind, empty your heart, and meditation with Allah. Think Allah is very close to you and is listening to you, and say, Ya Allah, help me. Ya Allah, la ilaha illallah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, subhanallah, yamdi, subhanallah, al-azim. Whatever you can make zikr of Allah, remembrance of Allah, and say astaghfirullah, Allah forgive me. And try to increase it, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Do meditation. While you are walking, you can do zikr. While you are sitting, you can do zikr. While you lie down in the zikr. These are the all way you can do zikr. But meditation with focus, with concentration, sitting on a place or lying down in one position and forget about everything, forget all your problems, and try to give all your problems to Allah. Allah, I give my all problems to you. You are the one to solve this. And communicate with Allah. And that can affect you. That can get rid of all your diseases. Not only the spiritual diseases, even the physical diseases. Why the people getting the high blood pressure? The doctor will tell you, baliktad. They say you are high blood pressure because you get too much angry. And no, they tell you why you are getting too much angry because you are high blood. Baliktad. It's not that you get the high blood pressure Because of the high blood pressure you are getting angry. No, it's not the case. The high blood pressure disease the people get who are always angry, they get high blood pressure disease. So Prophet Muhammad said, La taqzib, la taqzib, la taqzib. Do not angry, do not angry, do not angry. Because if the person is always get angry, later on he will get the high blood pressure disease. So it's not that you are getting angry because you have high blood pressure. No. You get the high blood pressure because you are always get angry. So stop getting angry, you will never get high blood pressure. Why people get the low blood pressure? Why people get the low blood pressure? Because they are too much despair. They don't have trust to the mercy of Allah. They don't have trust to Allah. Or if they have trust to Allah, it's very weak. The people with the less trust to Allah, they get depressed, and because of that they get depressed, they get low blood pressure. So low blood pressure and high blood pressure is also linked to your attitude. Don't think too much. Just say, Allah, this problem you can only remove from me. Allah, remove this problem. You will never get the low blood pressure. And don't angry. Be patient for Allah, and you will never get the high blood pressure. So all the sicknesses, we have a solution in the Quran, we have a solution in Islam. The doctors, hospitals, I don't say totally no. No, you go, but with limit. And don't put too much trust on these doctors and hospitals, because they don't have any power to heal you. And their medicines are not perfect to give all kind of cure. Even though the cure with those medicines also coming only by the will of Allah. But their medicines are less effective but more side effects. You get more and more side effects, so less you get those medicines when it is very necessary, and get with some limits, not for prolonging. You know, some people are taking some medicines for the headache for a long time, and that medicine will damage your liver. And those medicine can damage your kidneys. So many more things to say, inshallah, I can stop.